Police charge influencer Kai Cenat with inciting a riot and unlawful assembly. He avoided the spotlight while being released from custody.
400K, I'm in. If Kai does it, I said if Kai does 400, I got 400. I promise. Locked.
It's another day in Nigeria and another school to go.
To the kids of Makoko, I will be back. I will be back. And when I'm back, the school is going to be done.
Kai Cenat is one of the biggest names online right now. He built his empire with pure energy, humor, and non-stop charisma. But with all that fame, he's also stacked up some wild controversies, from reckless stunts to heavy criticism, and even a few run-ins with the law. This video dives into the moments that made people turn on Kai. Recently, ENA made waves after sparking a heated debate online. It all started when YouTube giant MrBeast and creator Mark Robber dropped their $40 million Team Water fundraiser, meant to bring clean water to millions worldwide. The plan was simple: use their massive audiences to raise money and awareness. To kick it off, they pulled a bunch of creators into a live call. Among them was streamer Aiden Ross. And that's when things got messy. Right there on the spot, Aiden told MrBeast he'd donate $400,000, but only if Kai matched him. He basically put Kai on blast in front of thousands watching.
400K, I'm in. If Kai does it, I said if Kai does 400, I got 400. I promise. Locked.
Right after that, fans started piling on Kai, saying that with all his wealth, there's no excuse not to match the donation for such a huge cause. The pressure was intense, but here's the catch. Kai never promised anything. It was Aiden who threw his name into the mix, speaking on his behalf. That's when the whole situation got messy. Forcing someone to give money in front of the world just feels wrong, no matter how rich they are. At the end of the day, it's his cash, and he can use it how he wants. And let's be real, Kai has put his money toward good causes.
It's another day in Nigeria and another school to go.
In March 2024, Kai touched down in Nigeria for the very first time. The country is Africa's most populated, with over 200 million people and a culture that's second to none. He filmed the whole trip on YouTube, and while in Lagos, he stopped at the Makoko Children Development Foundation, a school and orphanage supporting kids in need. That's when Kai shocked fans by announcing he'd help fund a brand new school for the community. To make it happen, he promised 20% of all earnings from a month-long streaming marathon. For 30 straight days, Kai went live, letting viewers subscribe and donate, all while reminding everyone, I visited Nigeria not too long ago, and I absolutely loved it. For the next 30 days, 20% of all revenue will be going straight to the school I'm building for the kids of Makoko. By December 2024, Kai said the project would be complete, and that he'd personally return to see the school finished.
To the kids of Makoko, I will be back. I will be back. And when I'm back, the school is going to be done.
It's been almost a year since Kai made that bold pledge, and people keep asking the same question. What happened to the school? Some are even whispering, was it all a scam? Recently, criticism exploded again after a viral clip posted on X by KickChamp. The post claimed a YouTuber checked on the school Kai promised to rebuild, only to find no progress, with the place struggling to stay open. That's a heavy accusation. The clip actually came from YouTuber Go With Ali, who visited Makoko, the same area where Kai made his promise. But here's the kicker. The video wasn't even about Kai. Still, once the tweet blew up, the internet didn't care about the details. Kai was instantly back under fire. Some people accused Kai of making the pledge just for clout, while others swore he ditched the school project completely. But here's the truth. He hasn't walked away. Reports say he's already raised over $1 million, with the full build expected to cost around $2.4 million, nearly 4 billion Nigerian naira. And Kai isn't doing it alone. He's teamed up with heavyweights like Google and Amazon to push it forward. Based on the timeline he shared, construction was expected to take 9 to 12 months after starting, meaning the project could still be right on track. Of course, there have been delays too. Kai admitted a storm in Makoko wrecked some of the building materials, setting things back financially. But the project is still alive.
We built a school full of classrooms and stuff in Makoko, like over the river. But due to storm, a lot of it got messed up.
Most people don't realize how tough it is to build something like this, especially in Makoko. Resources are scarce, infrastructure is shaky, and progress moves way slower than in big cities. First, you need official approval, then check the land, design the school, find the right materials, hire workers, and make sure everything meets government rules and the community's needs. Even with all that lined up, setbacks still happen, storms, shipping delays, and the endless red tape that slows everything down. This isn't a project you can just throw money at and expect overnight results. Honestly, Kai might have been too ambitious at the start, not realizing just how heavy the process would be. In these situations, it's always smarter to underpromise and overdeliver, instead of hyping expectations and risking disappointment. Personally, I do think the school will happen. I can't see Kai walking away from a promise like that. His heart seems to be in the right place, and this wasn't something anyone forced on him. It looked like he truly wanted to give back to the kids in Makoko. But now, let's shift to another headline that stirred controversy. Streamer University. Kai caught a lot of heat for this one, and here's why. The idea was part event, part reality show, and part content machine. He gathered a bunch of creators under one roof, gave them all the gear they needed, and let the cameras roll on everything. The wins, the fights, the pure chaos. Love it or hate it, the project made waves. And for some smaller creators, it was the launchpad they needed to finally break into streaming. One big critique of Streamer University was that it felt more like a flashy reality show than a true learning program. Some people argued it was all entertainment with little real education. To be fair, Kai did try to add value by bringing in professors, not real professors, but other big-name streamers sharing their skills. One of them was Streamer Agent, who even ran a finance and content class, and honestly, that seemed genuinely useful for those who showed up.
So the watch time is 3.3 million. When you see that number, the first question you should ask is, how do I get that number up? To get people to watch longer videos, that's one strategy. Can you think of another strategy? Scum? Correct. Do more, higher frequency. Part of strategy is also uploading more. This is a clip channel.
Another shot Kai took was the claim that Streamer University only featured big names, leaving out smaller creators. Critics said it killed the whole idea of collaboration. But in reality, Kai mixed both. He set the stage, put big and small streamers together, turned on the cameras, and let chaos create opportunities. The bigger names drew the spotlight, and plenty of smaller creators used it to get noticed, grow followings, and finally make a name for themselves. To me, it wasn't a scam at all, it was a platform. Kai gave them the shot, but it was up to each person to run with it, and for many, Streamer University ended up being the break they needed. Then there's the whale situation, a moment that really shook Kai's credibility in hip-hop. It all went down at the BET Awards, where Kai was streaming live inside the venue. While walking around, he bumped into rapper Whale, a huge name out of Washington, D.C. Whale was casually playing Smash Bros. On his Nintendo Switch when Kai walked up, said, "What's up?" dapped him, and kept moving. Harmless, right? But the drama came later. Back in his car, Kai's chat started spamming Whale's name, shocked he'd just run into such a major artist. That's when Kai admitted on stream that he had no idea who Whale was.
Wally. Oh my God, that was somebody crazy. Hey, the whole chat knows him.
Wale.
Wale? What he do?
Rap.
Oh, word.
I'll be real, I was shocked that Kai didn't know who Whale was. Whale's one of those rappers you just run into if you're even halfway tapped into hip-hop. And Kai practically lives online, so the surprise was real. But to be fair, age plays a part. When Whale first blew up, Kai was only about 11 or 12. So maybe it makes sense he missed that wave. Still, the internet didn't let it slide. Critics dragged him, asking, how can this guy be considered a voice in hip-hop when he doesn't even recognize Whale? The backlash kept growing, and things got even wilder when Whale himself walked up to Kai while he was sitting right next to Snoop Dogg and said this.
That shit making me look crazy right now, just let you know.
What?
That's making me look crazy. The exchange that we had in the hallway.
My bad, bro.
They running with it, but we'll talk later.
Was Whale actually serious? Honestly, it didn't sound like it. He even dapped Kai up right after, so it didn't feel like real pressure the way some people tried to spin it. Still, the whole exchange blew up online. It reignited the debate over whether Kai is truly tapped into the culture he's always around, or if he's more of an outsider who just happens to sit close to it without fully being part of it. And things only got messier when Kai made some controversial comments about Black Americans, remarks that rubbed a lot of people the wrong way and kept the fire burning.
It's black. You're black. You're just black.
It wasn't just what Kai said. It was the fact that so much of his success rides on Black American culture. For a lot of people, his comments felt like a slap in the face. And that's a big reason why the tide has started turning against him. Then came the complex hip-hop media power ranking, the perfect example of this whole debate. Just weeks ago, Complex dropped their 2025 list of the most influential voices in rap coverage. And sitting at number 1 was Kai. That ranking alone went viral and set off non-stop arguments. Is Kai even a true hip-hop platform? Sure, he's not known for breaking down the music itself, but he's built undeniable influence by constantly linking with rappers and creating viral moments, from his Nicki Minaj interview to his link-up with Ice Spice. And that's exactly why he's both celebrated and heavily criticized. Kai's gotten so big that major labels now beg to get their artists on his stream. And it works, because with Kai, it's never a stiff, boring interview. It's raw, unfiltered, and pure entertainment. But that same influence has sparked the question, is he really a hip-hop voice or just a streamer who happens to orbit the culture? Honestly, I think people put him on that pedestal more than he ever claimed it. He naturally leans into hip-hop. He grew up on it, and his fans vibe with the same artists he brings on stream. Still, do I see Kai as a full-on media platform? Not really. He's a streamer first, dabbling in hip-hop, not the other way around. But that debate only grew louder after a wild moment in 2023, the infamous Union Square riot. Kai announced a giveaway promising PlayStation 5s and gift cards, but what started as a fun meetup turned into chaos. Thousands rushed the area, people swarmed stores, and the NYPD had to shut it down fast.
Police charge influencer Kai Cenat with inciting a riot and unlawful assembly. He avoided the spotlight while being released from custody.
The Union Square chaos made national headlines. And Kai was even arrested, slapped with charges like first-degree rioting, inciting a riot, and unlawful assembly. In the end, the charges were dropped, but not before he apologized and paid a massive $57,000 in restitution. Still, the damage to his public image was already done. The truth is, the way he set up that event was reckless and dangerous. But did Kai really incite a riot? Personally, I don't think so. The crowd took it too far on their own. What it really showed was that Kai didn't understand the full weight of his influence at the time, and that was 2 years ago. Since then, his power has only grown. Either way, that fiasco will always be tied to his name, and now he's back in the headlines again, this time for something wild with fellow streamer Duke Dennis, who got arrested in a San Antonio mall while playing hide and seek after hours with Kai. Hide and seek in a mall? Seriously? According to police, security told Kai and Duke Dennis to leave, but they refused. When officers moved in, Duke tried to bolt like Usain himself, which landed him charges for trespassing and evading arrest. Videos quickly surfaced showing Duke getting cuffed while Kai stood upstairs filming the chaos, turning the whole thing into instant viral content. Most assume it was all part of some recording stunt, and honestly, it had to be. Of course, Kai went viral yet again. And about those mugshots flying around online, yeah, pretty clear the one of Kai was AI generated. But the bigger point here is this. When you're at the top, everything gets amplified. Every win, every stumble, every wild headline becomes part of your story. The real question now is simple. With that spotlight burning brighter than ever, what's Kai gonna do next? At the end of the day, if Kai channels his energy into something bigger than himself, like finishing that school in Makoko, he could flip the story from pure controversy to real legacy. And honestly, I hope it happens, not for Kai's image, but for the kids who'd gain from it. If that school gets done, it could turn all the noise into something powerful and positive. Only time will tell. But until then, Kai will keep on being Kai. If you made it this far, don't forget to like, subscribe, share, and drop a comment. See you in the next one.